Hey guys, so for this DIY, you're going to be needing some objects that you can make your Minnie and Mickey head. You're gonna need some Heat and Bond Ultra Hold from Walmart and also some Mickey and Minnie fabric that you can also get at Walmart. Also, you're gonna need some family shirts, some empty blank ones. I got these at a store here locally. You could probably look around and just get empty, blank shirts for your family. I just got my fiance and my daughter baseball tees, and I just got a regular white tee because I liked how that looked better on me. Also, you're gonna need to print out some of these numbers. And for my black fabric, I got a yard, I believe, and I'm not going to need that much. So I just cut it in half, and I'm going to stick it onto my Heat Bond Ultra. And the Ultra is basically if you don't want to sew on it. If you do want to go over it once you're done with a sewing machine, I suggest you get the thin one. This is Ultra, so you don't need to sew on it. And as you can tell, there's one side that has like this very shiny like little bumps, and that's the adhesive, and then the other side is just smooth paper. And all you do is put the adhesive side, which is the bumpy side, against the fabric, and you have to iron it on there so it stays on there. And make sure when you're ironing it to have a little fabric left over, because if you have some Heat and Bond left over, it will glue to whatever you're ironing it on. So yeah, just make sure you leave a little bit extra over. Also, when you glue them together, you also need a very flat surface, and I'm on my ironing board, but it wasn't flat enough, so I just got a piece of flat wood and put it on it and just covered it up with some black fabric, so it could be super flat, so everything could just stick on good to each other. Once you iron it on to one, you just continue with the rest of your fabric. If you have extra, you don't want to Heat and Bond all your fabric, just what you need. So just make sure you cut what you need, or you're just going to waste fabric. Again, just make sure you have leftover fabric and not the Heat and Bond overlapping. And as you can tell when I'm ironing, it turns into like paper. So your fabric turns into paper that you can just heat up, iron on to another shirt. That's basically what it is. It just irons the adhesive on it. And make sure you iron it for, a couple of seconds or so. And make sure that you got all your edges, or it's just going to lift. And then you're not going to put the adhesive on there right. Like you can tell what I'm doing here. I'm just checking the edges. And then just ironing what needs to be ironed. Okay, and now once you're done ironing all your fabric that you're going to be needing, you see how this is right here? If I pull it up and you see the glare and the shininess, that's the adhesive of the fabric. So once you put it, you can lift it. That doesn't matter. But of course, you want to do your drawings on there first and then cut it to know where you're actually going to be cutting. So since I'm doing my Mickey head, I'm using the black one and just using half of it and use it for two of my Mickey heads. So now I'm just gonna use this cup that I have to make my ears, and you want to make the Mickey Mouse and Minnie as big. So if you have like a big shirt, then you want to do it a big size. If you have a small shirt, you want to do it a small size. It all depends on your size. So yeah, and yeah, so now I just cut out all my ears and my Mickey head, which I'm going to cut now because I'm only using half and half for each Mickey head. One for my fiancés and then one for me. So there you have it. Now that I did the top of the Mickey head, now I'm going to do the bottoms. And I'm doing the whole circle again just to make sure that I get the right half down. And now I'm doing Mickey's pants, and I'm just going to cut out his pants. Once you connect the Heat Bond to your fabric and mix it easier to cut since it actually turns kind of into paper. So it's so much easier to cut. So you don't have to worry about cutting through paper or fabric. And now I have all of our Mickey and Minnie heads done. Here's mine, here's my fiance's, and little Marilyn's. So now to put them on their shirts. And once it's time to stick on the shirt, you basically just take off the paper in the back, and then it leaves it shiny, which that's the adhesive, and you fix your ears to see where you want them, and in the middle, the best that you can, and then you just iron it on there, and use your Mickey head for a guidance too. And just iron it on there for a couple of seconds to where you know that it's sticked right on there. And use another layer of fabric if it's too much heat, because you can burn the glue, the adhesive, and it won't stick if you heat it too much. So you don't want to do that either. And just check your edges. And now I'm just grabbing my head and gluing it or ironing it on my ears. And you can put your head either higher or lower. It's up to you, however you like your ears to look. I like how this looks, so this is how I made my fiance's. Now, to do the bottom of Mickey, I just peeled my red fabric for his pants. And now I'm aligning it to the half of the black side of Mickey's head and just ironing on there. And the reason why I didn't do a full black Mickey head is because once I would lay the red, it would come through, so it changed the red to a different color. So that's what you don't want to do. So you do half and half. And now I'm just sticking on his yellow buttons, and I just freehand this onto yellow fabric, and I didn't have yellow fabric, so I just used one of Marilyn's old t-shirts that were yellow, because you could do that too. And now I'm showing you guys how you could do the bow, and I also freehanded the bow, so because I was too lazy to get a printout and all that. So yes, I just drew it and I cut it, and now I'm just fixing any edges and stuff. And now I'm just gonna peel it back, and then once I'm done, I just iron it on there. Now for your letters that you're going to be printing out, now you just cut them whatever font you want. If you want this one, then you guys could just Google these numbers and they easily come up. And I have these numbers for mine and my fiance's shirt, and the little bitty numbers for Marilyn's shirt. So just make sure that you guys cut these out and print them out. And now once I cut out Marilyn's, all I'm doing is tracing them onto the fabric. And again, it's like drawing on paper, because remember, it does turn into paper. So none of this is difficult. And remember, just once you do your numbers, to do them backwards. So once you flip it on the t-shirt, it's correct on there. Because if you do them the other way, they will be backwards. So you don't want to do that. And just finish doing that. And then once you're done, you're just gonna want to see, I have all these traced on there for every shirt. And then once you cut them, once you're done, you could just cut them, and this is what you end up with. Mine are the polka dots, my fiance's are the black ones, and Marilyn's are these little polka dot ones. And again, I just peel each number, fix them to where I want them, and just iron it on there carefully. And ta-da! I'm done with the back, or one design with the back. Now I have some leftover black fabric, so I'm just going to do a little Mickey head for each of our shirts. I'm going to make them and then trace them and then cut them out for the back of our shirts, just so they're not so empty. And now what I'm doing, I use some stencils and a Sharpie to draw on the stencils, I should say. And then once I drew on my word, I just went in there with the black fabric paint that you can get at Walmart as well. And I just went in there and I filled in my letters. And once you're done, just make sure that you let this sit for a couple of minutes so it dries correctly. But while that dries, I'm going to stick on our Mickey head in the back. Gently try not to get the wet paint in the back because it will smear all over the place. So just gently put your Mickey head on there. And once your the words that you drew on there with the fabric paint are dried, make sure you use the fabric on top and then iron that so it can be completely dry and permanent. And here it is, you guys. This is the front of our shirts. I'm in love. They look so nice, so clean, so well done. You would think I'd actually paid to make for somebody to make these for me, but no, you can always do it yourself. This is the front and this is the back, which is my favorite side. These seriously look better than I thought. And it says together since 2009 and Marilyn says born in 2012. I hope you guys like this DIY and try it out. Thanks for watching. Bye.